Hi everyone, in this video we are going to talk about Bing Shen pillar, which is literally seen as sunlight reflected. Extraordinarily ambitious, creative, visionary and witty, this pillar is a force to be reckoned with. And this is pretty rare. The celebrity face or faces for the Bing Shen are none other than Mr. and Mrs. Tony Leung. Yep, Tony Leung Chiu Wai and his lovely wife Karina Lau Ka Ling. Very rare to find both husband and wife sharing the same day pillar. You know, okay, of course, yes, they behave differently. They behave differently because one chart tilts extrovert and one chart tilts introvert. But I think with those of us who are their fans have heard Karina say in interviews before that even though they have different personalities, but at the core, they are the same people. Yes, at the core, they are the same people. So welcome back as we continue our series exploring the 60 pillars. Thank you for watching. My name is Pauline Chang, and I use Chinese metaphysics to empower, not to disempower. Okay, so now, in the text, the Bing Shen is likened to the sun reflecting off the Kunlun mountain, where its light is reflected off the lake at the base of the mountain. In today's context, okay, we could see this pillar as the sun, okay, shining off the smooth, glassy surface of a skyscraper. Double the sun, double the brilliance, double the enthusiasm, double the purpose. And side note, Albert Einstein was also a Bing Shen, right? Did you know that? Okay, so let's go on to the strengths. So, first thing I want you to know, okay, this is a day master that sits on your own intelligence star. Now, of course, this is not exactly unique. There are other day masters out there who also sit on their own intelligence star. The Ding You, the Wu Shen, the Ji You, Ren Yin, and Kui Mao. Okay? However, in the Bing Shen, this intelligence is a bit more pronounced. Okay? Completely due to the fact that the sunlight is being reflected. So it's almost akin to having two suns shining in unison. So bright that you need to wear shades. In other words, you can't help but notice the sheer brilliance of this pillar. Now, when we have our own intelligence stars in our natal charts, what it basically means is that the day master is able to quickly grasp concepts and turn them into workable solutions. When a day master sits on its own intelligence star, this results in a highly intelligent, creative, visionary, and witty individual. Okay, so secondly, the Bing Shen is one that is infused with purpose. From your perspective, time must not be squandered, and a life lived without intent and purpose is a life wasted. This self-sustaining and far-sighted Ping fire literally burns with an inner vitality that brings out its inner creativity. Okay. Now, idealistic as this creativity may be, the Bing Shen sits on its Keng metal well star, which brings a strong degree of control and practicality into the picture. This day master is literally sitting or controlling its wealth. Okay, so combine this towering creativity and tough practicality ends with an action taker who is able to overcome all odds. Yes, you've got it right. The Bing Shen is literally a force to be reckoned with. With all these tools at your disposal, you already know that you are extraordinarily ambitious, multi-talented, and determined. Okay, what about vulnerabilities? While every pillar comes with a gift, so does it come with a weakness. In the case of the Bing Shen, so overwhelming is the fear of failure that sometimes it can result in a day master who fears taking chances. This fear of failure stems from taking yourself and the world too seriously. Remember, for the Bing Shen, life must be lived with purpose. The solution to this actually is quite simple, really. Getting wound so tight all the time is not a particularly healthy thing to do, so learn to relax. Things don't always have to go your way. Learn to go with the flow. Okay? Another vulnerability, Bing Fire Day Masters in general are usually advised not to lie. because your day master is so visible, your lies tend to be found out. Okay, this caution is doubled for the Bing Shen because of your reflected sunlight. All the more your lies will be exposed. Okay, so now the Bing fire by itself is already typically a cheerful and passionate element. With the sunlight reflected in the Bing Shen, this leads to enthusiasm overload. You can use this extraordinary enthusiasm and go-getter energy of the Bing Shen to inspire others and literally change lives. Now, people are inspired by someone who can point out possibilities they may not have considered or thought unattainable. People are also inspired by someone who conveys an optimistic vision of the future that makes sense to them. Of the 10 heavenly stems, only the Bing has the prerequisite to fulfill those requirements. Okay, so because the Shen is a traveling animal as well as your intelligent star, imagine being so smart that learning comes too easy for you. Remember Alfred Nobel, right? So little wonder that you are always driven to explore new directions. So being Bing Shen, but better, calls for crafting a life where you have the freedom to explore many avenues before finally landing on the right path. The sooner you go through this process, the better. Because while this process is ongoing, there is a strong chance that you may scatter your energies too wide, resulting in a lack of focus. Imagine someone so smart that they learn things easily. Oh, I want to learn this. Oh, I want to learn that. There's no focus, right? So developing a greater sense of self-discipline will be the key to bringing the Bing Shen pillar the achievement that you crave. Okay? Another important factor is to learn how to filter your friends. Who we hang out with can absolutely affect our achievements. This is particularly true for Bing Shen. Here's the weird thing about the Bing fire, okay? We are either so magnanimous that we don't even think about filtering the people in our lives, accepting every and any, okay? Or we don't even know that we have friends, okay? So also, given the intelligence of this pillar, it would also be useful if you can become an outstanding subject matter expert in one particular topic. So pick one skill and get so good at it that the skill literally defines you. Okay, so that's it for the Bing Shen. As always, a final caveat. Without the ability to see the full chart, I must stress that the suggestions in this video are broad recommendations based on a single pillar, which is the day pillar only. Are you a Bing Shen day master? Plot your Bazi chart using the free plotter link to find out. If you have a question, well, drop it in the comments. Until I see you in the next video, hey, help me shine a light on this video. Help me to share it, all right? Or at least just like and subscribe. Thank you guys. Bye.